And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with the Game Boy Geek.
Hello my friends, the Game Boy Geek here. Remember when you were a kid, you used to set up out front on a hot summer day, you have your mom, you'd make some lemonade, you'd go out there and sit there by the stand and hope to get some customers, and the weather would be changing and everything was going on. Today we're going to do this from real life into board game life. We're talking about Lemonade Stand here from Mayday Games. And this is for 2 to 4 players, ages 13 and up, and it plays in about 20 minutes or less. A little quick card game. It's a little mini intro to economics of playing a lemonade stand and building it and running your company. Let's take a look. Each player is given 3 cards where they get to set their price of 5 cents, 10 cents, or 15 cents for how much they're going to charge for lemonade each round. They are going to get 25 cents, 10, 10, and 5. They're also going to get a dollar card, which has a special action we'll talk about later. Let's talk about how a round works. Now each round we have a forecast for the weather. And what we see here is that there's a possibility that it's going to be hazy, cloudy, or rainy. It looks like it's going to be a pretty bad day today, and depending on the whether it's hazy, cloudy, or rain will tell us how many customers we will get. If it's rainy, we're only going to get 1. If it's cloudy, we're going to get 2, and if it's hazy, we're going to get 3. It will also show us what the demand is. If it's rainy or down here and cloudy, the demand means it's only going to really be able to sell for 5 cents. However, if it's the upper cloudy, it's 10 cents, and if it's hazy, it will be able to sell for 15 cents. We don't know which one of these. It's going to probably be random of one of these, but we can see what the distribution is, and we need to decide how much are we going to make, depending on how many customers we think where they'll be, and how much are we going to charge. And at this point, we get our selection for the round. Now, I will be able to use 1 to 3 of these cards to make lemonade. And I got to pick my stand. Am I gonna have a 5-cent stand, a 10-cent stand, or a 15-cent stand? I think I might gamble a little bit and go for a 10-cent stand here. And I am going to, now with these cards, you can either spend, like if I spend this card, it's gonna be 10 cents, and it's gonna allow me to make up to 4 glasses, so I could use this up to 4 people, customers. But I can also play it this way, which means it's a sign, which means it adds 2, 4, 6 customers to cloudy, hazy, or sunny. So let's say this, how about this? I'm going to sell it for 10 cents. I'm gonna make 4, and I am going to put a sign out. Hopefully I'll get more customers. So what I do is I have my cards ready, I take these and I put them face down, and once everybody's face down, we then reveal them. So everyone at the same time simultaneously reveals what they're doing. I'm having a 10-cent stand, I've made 4 cups, and I have put a sign out. So that was my strategy for this round. And then we find out what the real weather is. So I put it here. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. And the arrow here on the left side shows that it's a rainy day, there's a 5-cent demand, and there's only 1 customer. I was hoping it was going to be up here. So let's see what happens with this. Now, right after the weather goes up, people have the option of playing a dollar card. You each start with one of these, but if you make enough money, you can get more of these later. And even after you play them, they're still worth $1 at the end. So I'm going to choose to play my dollar card. And the dollar cards do certain things. Like this one says, I can gain 3 customers, or another player loses 3 customers. Or some of the dollar cards say something like, collect half of another player's profit this turn, up to 25 cents. So these essentially just break the rules of the game. So I want to gain 3 customers. I want some fireworks, even though it's rainy out. So I'm going to use my only dollar card, because it was rainy, okay? And there's only 1 customer, and it needs to be sold at 5 cents. I was trying to sell for 10 cents. If this is higher than demand, which it is, I'm trying to sell for 10, it's actually a 5-cent demand, I lose 2 customers and sell at the demand price. So I was at 1 customer, I lose 2, I'm back to -1 customers. Now here I can only sell for 5. This allows me to gain 3 customers. So I actually have 2 customers now. Now my sign did nothing because it was for cloudy, hazy, or sunny, and it was rainy. So this sign did nothing for me this round. I just wasted 10 cents on the sign. I can make up to 4 bottles. So I spend my 10 cents, I make 4 cups, but I only have 3 customers because I would have had -1, but with my extra card here, I have +2, and I'm selling 2 of them for 5. So essentially, I'm making 10 cents. These things would have been spent like that, but I would have made 10 cents back. So this is my profit for the turn, and I've got 10 cents. So all in all, I actually lost 10 cents that round because you start with 25. I got 10 back that I made, and I have 5 that I originally started with that I didn't use, and then you would start another round. So as we can see, this next day, there's a good chance of being sunny or hazy. And so what do I want to do here? All right, this turn, I'm just going to guess it's going to be sunny and 15 cents. So I'm going to put up a lemonade stand for 15, and I am going to make 4 because the highest demand is 4 right now, and I want to keep my last 5 cents. Now, if at any time we run out of money completely, at the beginning of the next round, you get 5 cents back because you went and whined to mommy. Now, let's say, okay, so we both would have played these face down. Once everybody's face down, we flip them up, and then we show everybody what we're doing, and then we get to see what the real weather is. And this one goes, oh, good. Look, right here, this is sunny with a demand of 4 customers. We could sell for 15 cents. Now, again, at this point, anybody can play dollar cards if they have them. I already used mine. I don't have mine left. And so let's see what happens. My demand is the right demand, so I can actually, you always sell for the lower of the 2. It's equal, so I get to sell for 15, and I get to sell 4, and I made exactly 4. So I spent 10 cents, and I sold for 4, and I get 15 cents for each one. This is excellent. This is a much better round than last time, because I got to make 4 of them. I get to sell all 4 of them, and I get to sell them for 15 cents a piece. So I actually made 60 cents here. So this would kind of go away. So let's say I get 25, 35. Sorry, let's go 50, and 60. So I would have made 60 cents back, and then we would start another round. And it would just keep going like this until you finished 7th rounds. Now there are 2 weather cards that are completely crazy. One of them, when it turns over, there's no number here, it's just thunderstorm. It's 0 sales, nothing happens, boo. There's also another one that says sunny, 4 customers and 15 cents. So there's a really good card and a really bad card. Other than that, it's going to be somewhere in between. And so you do this until you've made lemonade for 7 days, and at the end of the game, whoever has the most money wins. Keeping in mind that at any point in time, if you have $1, you can trade them in to get these dollar cards, which again do special abilities. And whether you use them or not, it's still $1 at the end of the game. Count up your money. Whoever wins, whoever has the most money is the winner. Okay, I typically like short, fun card games that are easy to play, especially if they have teachable moments in them. And this game is one of those. I like it. I'd say it's not something that I'm going to pull out all the time. It's probably not something I'm going to pull it out for a filler game with my gamer friends. I'm typically going to pull this out with my family who don't play games too often, especially my niece and nephew. Now it says 13 plus on the age here. Yeah, there's a little bit of getting used to the mechanics of how it works, and when do you when the weather happens, how much are you selling it for, and there's a few things that have to click. But once it clicks, my nephew's 11 and he can play this fine. So you can go a little younger, and I actually like it best for those younger teenagers to help teach them business principles, economics, supply and demand, risk versus reward. So for me, this is a game that I like for those teachable moments of that. It's not gonna be something I play every day with my gamer friends, but it is something that I like with family and people that don't play games much, because it is fun. The artwork's cute. Everyone can relate to the theme of selling the lemonade stand. And then with those cards, you're trying to figure out, okay, well, here's the weather forecast. Now, how much am I gonna gamble? Am I gonna go for the big thing and make a ton of bottles and put a sign out, hoping it's gonna be sunny? But what if the thunderstorm comes and I'm completely gonna lose all the money I've made, maybe in the last couple rounds? So it's a risk versus reward. It's interesting. It's not like the best thing I've ever played, but it is fun. The theme is light. I like the theme. I love the cute little artwork. And again, those teachable moments is really what makes this an enjoyable game. And so I can recommend it for those reasons. And in that context, we're talking about Lemonade Stand.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.